Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this is Leihua. Right now I'm a senior data scientist at Walmart. In today's video, I want to share a little bit more about how data scientists should make decisions, and especially how we should make trade-offs. But before that, I know right now is almost the end of the year and the beginning of a new year. I want to express my most sincere gratitude and thank you so much for supporting me. I know it has been a long journey for all of us, and it would be a very lonely journey without your support. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel here or here, and please watch more YouTube videos from me in 2024 and reading more blog posts from me as well. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Let's say your business partners, they have an immediate business question. They invite you and your manager, your engineering colleagues into a meeting. They describe the business problem that they are facing, and they have about 2 weeks for an immediate solution, and they have maybe 1 month or 2 months for an improved, a better, more mature solution. All right. So, in other words, you have to deliver something in the next 2 weeks. All right. You, as a data scientist, you understand the business needs, and your engineering folks, they understand the data sources and how to put the data, because as a data scientist, you need some data to play with, and your engineering manager, this person understands the value of this task, and this person delegates maybe two engineers, three engineers to the group, and delegate maybe one or two data scientists. As a data scientist, you do the paperwork, you do the research, you do a lot of peer comparisons, and finally, after 1 week, you come up with two possible solutions, and you present these two solutions to your teammates first. You invite your engineer manager, your engineering colleagues into another meeting. All right, you present two options, right? The first option is a very fancy but a little bit complicated. You don't understand everything, but this solution involves generative AI, deep learning, machine learning, NLP, I don't know, any other buzzwords, and because it is so fancy, you cannot include all of these buzzwords into one sentence. All right, that's the first solution. The second solution is less fancy. It's just maybe a logistic regression of a very simple A/B test or two-sample t-test, but it's very practical, because your peers, your competitors, other companies, they have used the same approach, and they have solved a very similar business problem. All right, now between these two options, option one, fancy models but very complicated. Second one, less fancy but practical. So which one should you recommend as a data scientist? I should advise you to think really hard about this question, because as a data scientist, you will be responsible for implementing all the technical details. You cannot ask your engineering colleagues to implement the model. You have to be very practical in your thinking. All right. So I'm going to propose my 2 cents first, and I'm open to your suggestions. And if you have any other considerations, or if you have a different idea or an opinion, please let me know in the comment. My 2 cents is we should go for the second option, because we do not need the fancy model that may work or may not work. We need something reliable that can generate business value immediately. As discussed with your business partners, you have about 2 weeks for an immediate solution, and about 1 month or 2 months for a more mature solution. So you don't have the time or resources to develop the most fancy models. And guys, please remember, when you want to deploy something very fancy and complicated, you have to consider about the requirements. Fancy models, they often require a lot of data points. You need millions of data points if you want your new algorithms, new designs to perform well. All right? Do you have millions of data points, or you just have a few hundred or few thousands of data points? Second one is data quality. Do you have high data quality or low data quality? This is also crucial because if you have just okay data quality, then your fancy model may not be so performant. Okay. The third one is, do you have a the pipeline? Is your pipeline compatible with the methodology? Let's say your pipeline is batch daily pipeline, but your model, the most fancy model, requires streaming the pipeline with low latency. So do you have the time to develop a new streaming pipeline in a short period of time? So if you have, then go for it. But most of the time, we don't have the resources to for all of these requirements I just mentioned. We may have one or two, but it's very, very rare for companies to have perfect testing scenarios or perfect development scenarios. We may have be very practical in our thinking. So being practical means we have to understand what is the mean and what is the goal, what is the end goal that we are trying to achieve. So in our use case, the end goal is to solve the business problem and deliver business value. That's the end goal. The solution, whether it's fancy or less fancy, they are just the means that allows us to achieve that goal, right? So we should always bear these two factors in mind when we develop our new solutions. So as long as you have good enough, someone will say it's a B+ solution, then it's perfectly okay to move on to to work on other projects. A lot of folks, you are coming from research background and you are maybe PhD researchers at university. Like my previously, I was a PhD researcher at UCSB. So if you are coming from a research background, you may aim for an A+ solution. But in the industry, we want to be very practical. We want to take time and resources and all other a lot of practical restraints or factors into consideration. We may not be able to develop the most cutting edge models or the most fancy models that include NLP, deep learning, and machine learning, generative AI, general purpose AI. I don't know, so many other buzzwords, right? You don't need all of them. As long as you deliver something practical, as long as you solve the problem, that's good enough. All right, and this is a very, very important lesson for if you are working in the industry as a data scientist. You may want to be very practical in your thinking. You want to consider all the not so fancy behind the hood factors into thought process. Also, if you are interviewing for a data science role, you should definitely be very practical in your thinking as well. You want to discuss your thought process with your interviewers and discuss why one option is better than the second option, even though second option looks better than the first option. So you should include some practical considerations or practical thoughts into your interview. Okay, that's all from today's video, and if you have not, subscribe over here, and happy new year to you again. Happy 2024. Thank you. Bye.